Başım Yahushua, Başım Gakadash, and get the ones of apostles that teach you great medicine from our learning the truth. Now say shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. This is going to be really simple, but as you can see right here, you have this microchip implant. That's a I guess I'll say fairly type of. I'm not sure if trendy is the correct word to use, but this isn't something that's just going to go away. They've been talking about this for I want to say decades, because quite a while ago you had likely decades. It was quite a while ago. I remember, I think it was Joe Biden and some other nigga talked about how there's a judge. There's gonna come a time when he was gonna rule on if people had to get this implanted into their hand in order to pay for things. And more companies. Give me a second. And more companies are looking into this. Like for example, 4 days ago, you implant a tiny debt card chip into your hand. And everybody now has to use cash to pay for things. You have your card, the credit card, the debit card introduced for people to pay for things, that made that more convenient for people. And you also have areas where you can only use a card, or you can only use your phone. But they're giving people a little bit of freedom, to give them a little bit of choice, to give them illusion of freedom. But the point is that this is the next stage of payment that you people are going to be introduced to. And once again, spend time looking at these type of updates and topics. And I say that because this type of thing isn't going to go away. It's going from then on, and from now on, you're going to see more of this pop up more and more, as it's already been. And what they're going to be toting the convenience of having a chip in your hand. You may lose your wallet. Money is unsafe to use. Chip is more safe. It's quicker. Not only that, but your medical information, your credit card information in that chip, they'll make it seem like it was more convenient. And an example, there's certain things that Esau made it seem like it was good, like it was better, but it turned out to be a complete fucking disaster. Case in point, these jabs, and not just the recent one. All of them. Certain philosophies, feminism, Esau pushed that like it was such a great thing. But what did it turn out to be? A complete fucking disaster. Other things such as, this bullshit that you hear in rap music. It's good to be a thug and a gangster and whatnot. Be a hoe. You get to the real world, the shit's a complete fucking disaster when you have people actually acting that shit out. And this is going to be the same thing, They make it seem like this is a good thing. But it's a complete fucking disaster. Like you go in Revelation 13:16, all the words associated, when you go into the etymology, into those words, Mark, all the words associated with that refer to something, something being impaled and stabbed into your hand. And that's what that needle, that syringe does. Revelation 13:15. And when you go into also the beast, right? The beast is it refers to a power structure. Just like how you have Babylon the Great, the Great Whore. That's another name for America. America isn't physically a whore, but like a physically big ass, great whore. But America's a whore in the sense that it does business with all these other nations. It's spreading its legs and letting all these other nations and all these other peoples into it to conduct business. An even transaction. I'm going to read this. So what in our power structure is going to require people to to do this. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and then no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or name of the beast or a number of his name. So like what? Everybody is going to have to receive this thing in order to buy or to sell something. Now you have a lot, like you have people in camps that try to make this out to be different things and whatnot, but the Lord gave us a list, a list of characteristics that we can use to conduct the process of elimination. To get down to what it actually is. And by process of elimination, it's it's that grain of rice. And once again, this is something that's linked, to the beast, to the power structure. For example, the power structure of America, in order to buy or sell, it's not white women. You're gonna need the chip in order to buy or sell, and that's going to be linked to the to America's system, to New World Order system. And like I said, when you go back into these words, they're all associated with stabbing. You go into Kragma, you go into etymology of that, stake, palisade, to stab down. And what do you do? And I think unless they change it, one of the phrases in the etymology line is to stab down or imprint or something, And when you read the scriptures, the judgment for this is going to be I'm driving, so I'm not going to be able to look down at any scriptures. The judgment of this is going to be death. And it makes sense because what? This is Esau branding the people. This is his ultimate mark to quite literally etch it into your flesh that you belong to him. When you have in the scriptures, when you have a woman that that has a husband, and she goes out and willingly opens her legs for another man, that's she and that dude are to be put to death. And metaphorically, you people are opening your legs and letting Esau have his way with you. And you've seen videos of Jake on YouTube losing their shit when they find out that they work their ass off for a woman that they love, and some other nigga in it is in their bed with her. So that's why you're gonna have people that's gonna get hit with not only diseases, they're gonna come from that thing because there's chemicals in that cause like cancer and shit, but also you're gonna get hit with 200 million missiles. And all those missiles have multiple warheads inside of them. That was just something we were talking about yesterday at the camp. How 200, you imagine 200 million missiles is going to get dropped on America. And Russia's only talking about how 4 can take out America. So that's the anger of the Lord. And especially for those who Israelites who take that chip, because going to the scriptures, the Heavenly Father refers his people as a beautiful woman that he's married to. And when you get a wife, you get what? You get a possession. So we belong to him. So we have no right to sit there and just like how you marry a woman, she has no right to sit there and open her legs for another nigga. I think that's somewhere in Leviticus or Deuteronomy, how it talks about how if a woman, if a man finds I forgot the exact terminology and words they use, but the basic idea is if a man finds a woman and he lays with her and she cries not out, that pretty much means she was with it. And you have us that are crying out against this shit, signifying that we're not with it. The rest of you are just pretty much, you're literally not crying out. You're looking forward to this, make things a little bit easier for you. You're looking forward to the future of being implanted and turned into a fucking abomination cyborg. Meanwhile, your overlords, because like with this whole chip, you know, a lot of you people don't understand is that, you know, I'm gonna say this. It's lucky I'm driving it once again, but the niggas who rule the banks and the elites of Esau, the cavemen with scepters, don't think like how you normal people think. You know, like you normal, like for example, rulership, right? Acquiring resources, acquiring lands. You people don't think about that type of shit. That's what that's something that kings think about. You know how can we expand our empire? You know, that's something that kings think about. All you people, the majority of you Americans, you just think about, you know, your next paycheck, what you're gonna go to the strip club. You know, that's a nice special they have over there at Burger King. And I say that because the Bible, you know, teaches a little bit about how kings think, you know, and it teaches us about what Esau really wants to do and how he really thinks. And once again, I say that because a lot of people will look at us like, when we say this type of stuff, you know, like we're crazy. Like for example, how Esau wants to physically establish his rule over you. You look at it like it's crazy, but once again, that's how this nigga is thinking. Now, Joe Biden may not be thinking like that, but his overlords think like that, and they issue out orders to him to further their agenda. You know, like Putin, right? How is he thinking? He's thinking that he's going to go over there and take back that land that was originally his. They're not asking for it; they're going to take it because that land has certain resources and you know, there's certain fucking moves and, you know, chess moves to be made with that land. That's how a king thinks. Or that's a little bit of how a king thinks, you know? And going back into that fact that Esau wants to physically establish control over your people. Because what? He has all the money. And like I don't know if you've seen this guy Andrew Tate. But something that he talked about is when you have all the money, you know, when you have all the cars, you get bored, you know. So what else is there for you to do? And for these elite niggas, these niggas literally own the world. So what happens when you're born with money? When you own everything, after a certain amount of time, you're gonna look for a different thrill. You're going to get bored. And that final what? Esau. You know, he thinking that he's God. What does he want to do? He wants to establish his power over people. You know, he wants to be able to tell the masses to do something, and they do it. For example, taking that chip, you know, like a component that's in that shit is being able to turn off. You know, pretty much turn you off or turn you on. You know. If you don't keep a certain level of social credit score, or if you don't comply with this or that, then they can turn off your chip. Your assets gone. You pretty much don't exist. You know, that's the type of control that they want to have over you. Because what the scriptures talk about how he will be like the Most High, and the Lord can do that. So Esau, what in this faux power, in this false power, in this bootleg power, that's what he wants to do. You know, he wants to get the power of the Most High, but once again, he's gonna do it in a bootleg way, but he's still gonna try to do it. And I just say all that because, you know, like, once again, a lot of people think these things you're saying are crazy, you know, how, you know, they're not thinking like that. But what do you fucking know? Didn't you just get finished eating a pork sandwich? You don't know shit. Majority of you, you average everyday Americans. Yeah, going back into that, you know, like that's how, you know, going to the missiles with the judgment. That's, you know what, that's why the Lord is, you know, is so pissed off, especially with his people, because already his people have been pretty much submitting themselves willingly to Esau. You know, especially our women. You know, there be, you know, Jake nigga women, bad wenches walking by the camp, you know, with Edomites. You know, with a little bit of sense of pride. You You know, it's funny how they had, you know, it's funny how they think that, because in past kingdoms, like what past kingdoms, you had them ruling for like 200 to 300 years, maybe not even 300. I think it's like 250 or 245 or something. Well, I'm just, you know, just giving a guesstimate. And then they went down. America's no different, you know. America's currently going down. And you have to ask the question, when there's a lot of talk about the economic collapse, what's going to happen when all this shit goes on? You know, how are you going to be safe? The scripture talk about how the Lord is going to protect his men. He's not going to protect the Edomites. He's going to protect his men. Well, let me see here. I stopped now so I can look at a couple of scriptures. But there's that other one. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like I said, going up, this talks about the that beast system, and this is a, you know, metaphorical, of course, because the scriptures isn't literal, you know. I don't want to just keep rambling on here, so I'm just gonna get a couple more, you know, end it. But you know what? Shit. Revelation 13:16, and I'm going to where Mark goes into charagma, and a stamp, an imprinted mark stamped on the forehead or in the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Mark branded upon horses. You know, that's another thing. It said a mark branded upon horses. You know, what is a horse? An animal, cattle. So that's why, you know, I said that Esau wants to fully establish that he owns you. When you brand an animal with your mark, with your stamp that's unique to any other, that's signifying that you own that cattle. Same thing, you know, similar thing with the Lord. How did he brand this? With law, statutes, commandments, and with his name. Same. How do you brand your woman? She, you know, she well, you have sex with her, you know, that's one thing. But she also, you know, takes upon, you know, she takes your name. You know? But Mark. Okay, yeah, it goes back into a pale or stake, a palisade. Now, what do you do with a stake? You stab it into the ground. Same thing you do with that syringe. They stab it into your flesh. And you know, like I said, the Lord gives us clues. You know, he's not gonna, like back then, they you know, the prophets described things the best they could. You know, they didn't have fucking the term syringe today, but you can you know, there are similar things from back then. You know. You have news articles with a lot of businesses. I think it's Switzerland that are doing this. Yeah, a lot of people happy to be chipped up. You know, that's pretty much it. And I'm not gonna, you know, ramble on or anything. But you know, I just wanted to, you know, get the point that the chip You know, it is the mark of the beast. You know, it's and even in Revelation, like once again, you don't need any deep extrapolation to figure out what Revelation 13 to 16 means. It tells you that it has to be implanted in your right hand and on your forehead, and without it, you can't buy or sell. By those characteristics, take what in this world that's being pushed into the limelight contains those characteristics. It's a chip, you know. But hope it's fine. Say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shema Shabbat, Shemgakadash. The abundance of past and teacher, great millstone for our learning the truth. Shalom to the whole collective Israel and instruction, Babylon, Great America.